It's just 3 months since the heady day in May when Leicester lifted the League Championship trophy to mark an instant Premier League return. Since then, it's been a summer of change on Filbert Way as Steve Cooper becomes the man at the helm to lead City back into the top flight this evening. So it's a new era and a new season. As ever, that brings with it hope and anticipation. There will be trials and tribulations along the way. The Foxes never quit mantra will be instilled into this squad of players as they embark on the club's 55th top flight league season. Spurs are tonight's opposition in what is the final game of the first Premier League weekend. The teams lining up in front of the main stand here at King Power Stadium for Leicester City and for Steve Cooper. His first Foxes 11 sees debuts for Summit recruits Bobby Decordova-Reid and Fakunda Buonate. Abdul Fatawu has made his loan move a permanent one. He starts as well. Jamie Vardy is pass fit. He starts. It's the City striker's 13th season as a Fox. Just one new face in the Spurs 11. That's Dominic Solanke. He cost around £60 million from Bournemouth last week. James Maddison returns to the ground that he called home for 5 years. Probably a good time to mention James Maddison. Jerry was given a warm welcome when he entered the field earlier. Leicester will be aware of his threats. His first return to King Power Stadium will clearly be a man to watch. Yeah, absolutely. It's a big evening for James Maddison personally. You know, returning to the club that basically given his Premier League, you know, curtain call, if you want. As you can see, he's just getting a round of applause from the fans over on the far side there, and rightly so. You know, he's a great servant, but you know, he's at Tottenham now. He'll be under his own personal pressure to get off to a good start with Tottenham, especially when the first game of the new season is against your old club. He did appear pre-match with Jamie Vardy to lay a wreath by the touchline. There were fitting tributes for Craig Shakespeare throughout the warm-ups. There were 2 balls placed on the centre circle. He was affectionately known here as 2 Ball Shaky. Quite often you'd see him with a ball tucked under each arm as he entered the field to start the pre-match routine. Probably a good time to kind of signal, really, there is more to life than football. And earlier this month, the passing of Craig Shakespeare, who made huge contributions to Leicester as part of the coaching squad that managed the Great Escape, managed promotions, and of course managed, alongside Claudio Ranieri, the greatest of achievements when Leicester lifted the Premier League title. And now Leicester, led by the Birch, will pay respects to Craig Shakespeare. Blue Army coming together to remember a very special man. And over in the far left corner of the Kop, there was an image of Craig Shakespeare with the aforementioned balls under each arm, and the words underneath simply said, "Rest easy." A very fitting tribute, Jerry, and fair play to Birch for getting the words out there, because he'd have felt this one In fact, it's Birch walking off the field with 2 balls tucked under his arm, passes a comment to Jamie Vardy on the way.
Yeah, he would have been a person who would have got on really well with Birch, especially because he always, you know, wanted to put smiles on people's faces, and Birch is exactly the same. You know, they just had that sort of similar temperament, personality in and around the training ground. So yeah, sorely missed, mate.
As has been the case before Premier League games this weekend, players of both sides will take the knee as a constant reminder that discrimination in football cannot be tolerated. And we're underway. Leicester City's 55th top flight season begins here at King Power Stadium. They're all in blue. They kick towards the family stand to our left as we look from the top of the main stand. Spurs in white shirts with navy blue arms, navy blue shorts, kick towards the Kop. An early touch for James Maddison, booed by a section of the home crowd. He did get a warm reception when he came on for his initial warm-up. He called Leicester City home for 5 years, over 200 appearances, 55 goals.
And again, forcing the issue down that left-hand side with Son, and it's another corner.
Winks played well over 200 games for his boyhood club as Maddison takes the corner, flicked on at the near post, brilliant goal-saving challenge from Wilfred Ndidi. An overhead kick on the goal line with 2 Spurs players coming towards him. Johnson gets a snapshot that's pushed away by Hermansen. Can Leicester break from that? Decordova-Reid touches it beyond Johnson. It's Buonanotte who will chase down Van der Ven. It's gone all the way back to Vicario. Nervous moments, but what brilliance from Wilfred Ndidi.
Yeah, absolutely. A la Hamza Chowdhury last season on 2 occasions. That was flying into the back of the net, but somehow Wilfred, you know, the spectacular overhead kick almost, wasn't it, to get it away. This time it's a corner from the opposite side of the pitch.
It's short, it's come to the edge of the box to Son. A left-footed curling ball, it's a diving header, but it's straight at Mads Hermansen. I think it was Romero on the far side who did have a lot of space. In fact, Solanke got that final touch. He'll be keen to get off the mark for his new club. 19 goals in the Premier League last season. Spurs play the ball around the back across the halfway line, then it goes back out to Heung-min Son. Maddison on that left side again, dummies to cross with his right foot, goes on the outside with his left, adjacent with the penalty area, and then he slides the ball into Son on the byline, comes in, it was blocked at the near post by Vestergaard. Lovely move. Maddison and Son linking up as they did so well last season in a Spurs shirt. Nervous moments for Leicester City.
Yeah, again, lovely little reverse pass, wasn't it, from Maddison to find Son. Completely bamboozled everybody in the Leicester City defence. Thankfully, you know, another decent block.
Corner in, near post again. A glancing header that's gone beyond everyone. It will be a corner to restart. It was a Leicester head that was in the way from another wicked Maddison corner.
Yeah, I think it was Abdul Fatawi got the first touch. You'd say there was a lot of pace on that. What was whipped in with a lot of pace from Maddison. Difficult balls to defend against. So Leicester have done well there.
Maddison will come across to this right side again. He's got that short option of Pedro Porro and he uses him. Gets in onto his right foot. A cross, a direct cross, a header that's just wide. Again, it was one of the Spurs defenders. I think it was Romero. It was slightly behind him, had to adjust his body, but it was still a powerful header and it was not far off at all.
Yeah. And that's a couple of times now. Leicester have been put under real pressure. So he's unlucky there, Jimmy.
Bentancur, Maddison. Just on the edge of the centre circle in the Leicester half. Outside of the right boot, it's Son on the Leicester left. Into Maddison, he's now on the edge of the area. Low ball in, header, goal! And Spurs have taken the lead with Pedro Porro, the right back, who has made his way to the 6-yard area. And James Maddison, so often creating goals on this ground in a blue shirt. Tonight he creates one for his new team in Spurs. And Porro with just a glancing header that beat Hermansen. The ball drops into the corner. And 29 minutes in, Leicester behind. Spurs lead by 1-0.
Yeah, well, it's been coming, especially with a head, hasn't it? As I said, 4 or 5 opportunities Tottenham have had, and all headed opportunities as well, those 5. I said, living a charmed life because they kept falling into the arms of Mads Hermansen, but this time it's a lovely little in-swinging ball from Madison. As you say, Porro finds himself inside the box. And he just glances it. Just does enough, just gets his head on it, glances it, and it just rolls into the bottom right-hand corner as we look at it.
Just to the side of it, Maddison is the only player left over the ball that's positioned about 25 yards out left of centre. As we look, Hermansen peering through the wall as Maddison opts to chip it, and it's Johnson across the face of goal. Any touch would have done, but it evades everyone, and it goes to safety as far as Leicester are concerned.
Wow. I mean, everybody's thinking Maddison's going to have a shot.
Who rolls it back to Wout fast, does go long this time. Vardy just about got himself in front of Romero. The bounce of the ball not kind of his favour. Goalkeeper a long way out. Decode-over-Reed has gone for the ambitious from the centre circle in the Spurs half of the field, but it was always drifting wide of the goal.
Yeah, it was on though. You know, as you say, the keeper was in no man's land after he come out and cleared that. Neither was any other Spurs defender anywhere near the goal.
Uses Porro, who's joined him on that right touchline. Tries to wriggle his way free of Bobby Decode-over-Reed. And now it's with Maddison, who does a full 360 to feed it back to Porro and back to Maddison. Onto his left foot, inside the penalty area. Brilliant block by Christiansen inside the area. And then a free kick as Johnson pushes Decode-over-Reed to the ground.
Well, again, Leicester just guilty of switching off, falling asleep. Christensen does well, as I say.
Leicester with a hurried ball forward that's gone all the way through to Vicario. Here's Son, James Justin quickly closing down. Buonanotte, this is positive for Leicester. Vardy on the edge of the area, touches it onto Bobby Decode-over-Reed. It's a block by Pape Sarr, the flag raised anyway. It's the most encouraging sign that Leeds Leicester City fans have had. Quick closing down from Justin, and then Fatawu involved, Buonanotte involved, Vardy involved.
Well, it was James Justin who's won the ball back. The ball goes into Son. James Justin wins it back, gives it a chance for him.
Lovely link up for Fatawu and Winks. And Buonanotte coming down the Leicester right side onto his left foot. Got Vardy inside the box. It's Vardy, it's a header up into the air towards Decode-over-Reed with his back to goal, but he was out-muscled on the edge of the box. Christiansen has won it back on the far side. He's joined by Ndidi. It's fed into Christiansen. It's a low ball across the 6-yard area. Comes out for Fatawu on the Leicester right. He's crossed Vardy! Jamie Vardy! Again for Leicester City. Ageless, priceless and timeless Jamie Vardy. Just a few yards out for Fatawu, the youngster with the cross, and Vardy just continues to add to his Leicester goal-scoring tally. An equaliser at King Power Stadium. It's 1-1.
Well, it's vintage Vardy, isn't it? He doesn't even look fit, Vardy, but what he does brilliant is he finds the space at the back post. He doesn't get involved. He's involved initially in the build-up by winning the header, but then when it comes back out to this right-hand side and Abdul Fatawu, everyone gets drawn towards the ball. Everyone, that is, except Jamie Vardy just picks up a position at the back post. You can see all the Tottenham players are being drawn towards the middle of the goal. Vardy just sitting at the back post. Fatawu with a lovely little dink, left-footed cross to find him, and he makes absolutely no mistake from there. Headed down into the ground, textbook header. No way to keep her saving that.
Premier League goal 137 for the 37-year-old.
Looks like, as you say, there's Archie Gray getting changed, getting stripped, Kulusevski.
It's Lucas Bergvall is the third. Here's Buonanotte. just behind Decordova-Reid does well to adjust and control the ball, feeds it back to Buonanotte, then it's on the right to Fatawu. It's Ndidi making an underlapping run, strikes first time into the side netting. Decordova-Reid and Vardy were looking for the pullback, but Ndidi, who scored 6 last season, as Leicester made their way back to the Premier League. It's almost like a pre-season game down on the touchline at the minute. 6 players ready to come on. Here's Decordova-Reid, lovely layoff to Buonanotte, and Vardy is in on goal. Jamie Vardy, saved by Vicario. 6 yards out, left-hand side, racing onto the path. And then when you thought the trademark finish was coming, Vicario was out quickly and managed to block the shots. Spurs at the other end coming forward. Johnson will run out of pitch. That'll be a goal kick. It's end-to-end. Exciting stuff at King Power Stadium. 1-1 with 70 minutes. Dreamvan driving now is Mavididi, who's dispossessed Bergvall. Holds up play, a right-footed cross, Ndidi's header, and pushed away by Vicario. Diving to his left. He's annoyed with Bergvall for giving possession away too easy. And Ndidi nearly came up with a winning goal in injury time.
Well, it was almost as if Steffi Mavididi had stopped, and then he's just seen the run, picked the run at Wilfred Ndidi, who's again got up there into the box.
They will defend. Nervous fans watching on as Bergvall will deliver. Right-footed, Richarlison's had a near post over the bar. A golden opportunity that could be the last chance of the game, but the substitute passes it up, and Leicester look to hold on to an opening day point.
Well, it's a free header. No one picks up the run up of Richarlison. He just goes in at that near post. Really difficult skill to try and pull off, and that's why you see the ball go well wide.
Almost like the relief from the chance missed raised the volume at King Power Stadium. Game 1 done, 37 to go, and the first point is on the board. Spurs dominated the first half, took the lead just before the half hour when Pedro Porro with a glancing header gave Spurs the lead. The second half, Leicester came out rejuvenated and created opportunity. The equaliser came just before the hour mark, and it's no surprise that it was their talisman once again, a close range header from Jamie Vardy, setting him off for the new season. And the final score inside King Power Stadium: Leicester City 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1.